What's up, guys? It's Jason with the new VR headset. Well, I guess it's not new. It's like 3 weeks old, 2 weeks old. This video is pretty late, but it's gonna be a review of the hardware and some of the software that comes with PlayStation VR. Let's just get it configured. Oops. Please reconnect the wireless control. Oh, shoot. Hold up. So what we've got on right now is PlayStation VR Worlds. So it's just a collection of smaller experiences. You're gonna hear that word a lot, is experience. That's essentially what VR is right now in the scope of video games. So hopefully the cameras are focused towards the TV. Then I can just show you what's going on my side and then on the TV side. So the cool thing is that it uses the light sensors, and I can look around this ball if I wanted to, and it'll show up on that TV. So it's got pretty good depth perception in the 3D world. So we're gonna go ahead and go into, let's show you London Heist. Probably one of the more popular ones among me and my friends. So aesthetically it's pretty good. The issue with the camera to light tracking is that if you're outside of the camera, let's say you move this way or this way down, it can cause issues with calibration, especially with the controllers. We've seen that in Until Dawn. So let's just go up to story. And let's do the so one common issue that we found with the headset itself was that it accumulates steam pretty quickly, just because it's so close to your face, and the lens get pretty foggy. So that's the only issue with the headset that I found. It's pretty comfortable. I noticed that with the new headsets released that Microsoft had during the presentation, they followed a similar suit with the band going just around the head, attaching to the monitor itself, rather than having the bands or whatever they are that the Oculus Rift hosts. So going back to the whole experiences, this is essentially what it is in first person. Is you have your two hands, pretty accurate, you know, switching between picking up objects, looking around, moving your head back and forward and backward. So it's all pretty accurate in terms of the 3D landscape. You know, the visual quality, it could use some work, but it's only the first generation of VR. It's not quite to the resolution that a true PS4 on a 4K TV would have, but it's not terrible. So you can just pick up. So this is one of the issues with the tracking. There it is. Yep. So I think the camera's just slightly. There There we go. So you can light it. So we'll exit out of this game. I just wanted to show you how it works with the game. You know, you'll get it again with the experiences. I think at launch I got Batman Arkham, Until Dawn, VR Worlds, and then Eve Valkyrie. Eve Valkyrie is just, it's a difficult one to talk about just because it's so focused on space combat that if you're motion sickness, it could be a little questionable. You know, as an early adopter to VR, I've been pretty impressed with the I don't know why this is doing that. With how the technology is right now. But, you know, as seen right now, there's some fog that I need to clear up with the lenses. So in terms of the software, we've had a blast with Batman Arkham VR. It's only a 2-hour experience, so, you know, for only $20, it's not terrible. The biggest bang of our buck was Until Dawn. It's an on-rail shooter, roller coaster, just like your arcade shooter, like Time Crisis. But in terms of VR as a whole for the industry, apps like this. It's called VR Rheeview. I actually have a couple of videos on my channel for it. It's the YouTube of 360-degree videos. Let's see how oh, there we go. Alright. So, depending on how strong my Wi-Fi is, we could open up one of my videos. And this is a platform that I think a lot of
You're being recorded now.
so this is just like a Rhee60 inception, watching myself. Oh. So if I pause it right there, if I pause it. So you can tell that scaling's pretty good. In the actual headset, the people seem like they're bigger than they are. When I talk to a couple of developers, you know, it's just about how we position the camera. So if I make a full 360, I can see my roommates slash teammates. You know, the picture quality is not terrible, but I think it's based on your Wi-Fi. So it's just different applications like this. This is what the future is of VR. It's gonna be a while until we get the full-on experiences in terms of video games, but right now, pretty impressed with the quality of stuff that goes on. Let's see. Let's watch a cinematic VR wingsuit experience. And when you connect the headphones, because there's a headphone jack into this, it is the most immersive experience you'll find in video games, just because you're actually in it. So let's see what these people do. Oh, they've got the same camera as me. Oh. So this is pretty cool. Again, if you have motion sickness, this definitely is not your device that you should be messing with. But yeah, wow, you look down, it feels like you're there. It'd probably be a lot better when I have my headphones in, but yeah, it's good. But yeah, that's my short little review of this device. It's been 2.5 to almost 3 weeks since this has been out, and I've been impressed with the technology itself. You know, it's a game of patience with the developers. They're still figuring out what the gamers want, and us gamers, we're just trying to figure out essentially how to walk again when it comes to video games. Um, I see potential in the technology, but in video games, but it's pretty prevalent in 360-degree filmmaking. Just because you're immersing yourself in the experience, you want to do things that you haven't done or can't do. And I think that's why, there's a future in sports, because it's an experience. It's hard to tell whether there's going to be longevity, just because I've had this for 3 weeks and we've probably played it maybe. We played it a lot during the first weekend, a couple of times during the first week. But it's hard to create that longevity when you only have such short experiences, but I guess that's just the nature of the beast right now. But even then, it strains your eyes. You get pretty tired, especially in video games when there's a lot going on. And especially if you're motion sickness, you might feel a little queasy, a little nauseous. So definitely be wary of that. But it should be interesting the next year. With Microsoft unveiling the $300 headsets for their computers, partnered with Acer, Lenovo, HP. So that should bode well with creators in that aspect. But we'll see where it goes in video games. Resident Evil 7 comes out January. That will be the first full AAA game. So we'll see. But that's my review. Hopefully the camera picked up on some of the TV and it's pretty clear. But yeah, if you have any questions, you can follow me on Twitter at Rejuvenation. Add me on Snapchat, Instagram. My Twitter's it has a pretty prominent place in the VR industry, and I follow a lot of industry leaders. We're all learning together. So that's where we are right now, and it's definitely going to be moving forward. So if you like this video, go ahead and give me a like, subscribe, and have a good day.